What's draining you isn't the clock, it's the fog. Have you ever felt like the day ended, and yet you didn't really live anything meaningful? A full head, a tired body, overflowing notifications, and still that emptiness. The excuse is always the same. I didn't have time. But what if the problem isn't time, but the lack of clarity about what truly matters? We stay busy, rushing from one thing to the next, as if speed meant progress. But running without direction isn't efficiency, it's desperation. How many tasks did you complete today just out of habit? How many yeses did you say without thinking? How many minutes did you spend trying to escape yourself? Without clarity, even rest becomes avoidance. That's why this video isn't just another productivity hack. It's a wake-up call, a moment to lift the fog covering your life. Because you don't need more hours, you need to see. And sometimes one honest insight can change how you live the rest of your life. Let's walk together. Most people blame their phones, their jobs, the traffic, as if time were being stolen from the outside. But the real thief lives within. It's the lack of clarity about what deserves your presence. When you don't know what you're aiming for, every distraction seems valid. You drown in urgencies that lead nowhere. It's like pouring into a bucket full of holes, effort with no fulfillment. Being busy doesn't mean being aligned. Always doing something doesn't mean you're living with purpose. When clarity is missing, life becomes effort without reward. You end your day exhausted but still unsettled. Clarity is like sunlight. When it appears, everything takes shape. So before you try to make more time, ask, time for what? When that answer is true, you'll realize time was never missing. You just needed a compass. The illusion of urgency. Everything feels urgent today, that message, that notification, that quick task. But if everything is urgent, then nothing is truly essential. A restless mind mistakes noise for importance. So your days fill up with fake fires, flickering lights demanding your attention, but not your heart. Urgency is the most socially accepted excuse to delay what matters. Health, stillness, purpose. And because the essential whispers, it's the first to be ignored. Life becomes reaction, not creation. You're always catching up, never choosing. A Taoist saying goes, "He who chases time loses himself." Clarity lets you see through the false fires. It doesn't make the world quieter, it makes you clearer. And when you're clear, the noise loses power. You're always starting over. How often do you feel like you're constantly starting again? A habit, a project, a routine. You begin with energy, then it fades. You try again. From scratch. It's not laziness. It's that without clarity, motivation gets crushed by doubt. You begin but don't know why or for what. It's like climbing stairs in the dark. Every step feels heavier. You don't know where it leads or if it's even worth it. Without a clear vision, every obstacle becomes a reason to quit. Discipline won't save you. Only meaning will. But once you know your why, even a small one, something shifts. The path feels lighter, your rhythm steadier, and you stop collecting beginning and want to finally build something that lasts. Inner confusion equals outer chaos. Your outer world mirrors your inner state. When your mind is foggy, life gets messy. Deadlines pile up, decisions paralyze you, relationships feel heavy. It's like living in a cluttered room, even if everything looks fine on the surface. Internal chaos leaks into your schedule, your words, your choices. You can organize your calendar, upgrade your desk, try a new morning routine. But if your mind is still scattered, nothing sticks. A restless heart won't find peace even in silence. A distracted mind won't find clarity even with the best planner. True clarity starts with not running from yourself. When you face what's really going on inside, the outer world slowly aligns. Not because the world changed, but because you did. The lie of, "I'm just busy, I'm swamped, just crazy busy lately." We wear busyness like a badge of honor, but more often than not, it's just a stylish escape. If you're always busy, you never have to face the silence, or the questions, or yourself. Being busy doesn't mean you're being productive, and it just means you're occupied, usually with things that don't move you forward. Busyness numbs you. It's a way to avoid meaning. Taoist wisdom teaches, don't move faster, move clearer. Presence is what restores your time. Not more effort, but aligned intention, because clarity gives you permission to stop being busy and start being real. The pain of not saying no. If you don't know what you want, you'll say yes to everything. You do favors you don't have time for. You go to events that drain you. You say yes because you're afraid to disappoint. But the truth is, every time you say yes to what doesn't matter, you're saying no to what does. Saying no takes clarity, not ego, clarity. It means knowing your limits, your rhythm, your truth. When you don't say no, life fills up with noise. Other people's agendas replace your own. Clarity is a gentle shield. It allows you to say, "That's not for me right now, and that's okay." And with every honest no, you reclaim your time, your energy, your life. A full mind is not equal to a clear mind. Thinking a lot isn't the same as seeing clearly. A full mind jumps from thought to thought, replaying the past, rehearsing the future, analyzing everything. But it's not clarity. It's exhaustion disguised as productivity. A clear mind isn't empty, it's calm. It listens, it reflects, it chooses. It knows that not all questions need answers right away, and not all noise deserves attention. From that stillness, true decisions emerge. Taoism compares clarity to still water. It reflects truth without distortion. And sometimes one honest idea in a calm mind is more powerful than 1,000 frantic thoughts. Noise as a coping mechanism. We avoid silence. Deep down, we fear it. So we fill our days with music, videos, podcasts, notifications. It looks like productivity, but often it's just escape. From the moment we wake up to the moment we sleep, we keep the noise on. But clarity doesn't come from content. It comes from quiet, and the more noise you allow, the more distant your truth becomes. Silence isn't just the absence of sound. It's the presence of self. It's where the answers live, not loud, but real. Turn it all off. Let the quiet speak. Even simple decisions become tiring when you don't know what you're aiming for, what to eat, what to wear, what to prioritize. It's not the number of choices, it's the absence of direction that drains you. It's like being lost in a maze. Each turn feels uncertain. You hesitate, backtrack, regret, and this hesitation wears you down more than the action itself. But with clarity, even about one thing, choices simplify. Energy returns. You stop second-guessing and start moving with peace. You're living someone else's schedule. Wake up, reply, rush, deliver, buy, sleep, repeat. Most of us are living on default, following a schedule we never questioned, doing what's expected, not what's aligned. It's not a life, that's a script. Without clarity, we fill our days with what others need. Our projects, our joy, they get pushed aside. Days become automatic. Purpose dissolves. To reclaim your time, start here. What part of this is actually mine? If the answer is unclear, that's your sign to rewrite your script. Clarity brings lightness. The calmest people aren't always the least busy. They're the most clear. When you know your why, life gets lighter. Your body softens, your mind breathes. Confusion is heavy, clarity is light. Clarity doesn't mean doing less. It means doing what matters. It turns your routine into a ritual, stress into flow, rush into rhythm. It's like taking off a backpack you didn't know you were wearing. That, moment, the deep exhale. That's what clarity feels like. Start with no clarity isn't about adding more. It's about removing what's in the way. The first step isn't a to-do list, it's a stop-doing list. Clarity begins when you say, this no longer belongs here. Saying no isn't rejection, it's refinement, like pruning a tree so it can grow stronger. Each honest no is a yes to something deeper. So don't ask what's missing. Ask what's in the way. That's where the clarity lives. Silence is a compass. Everyone's shouting, advising, comparing, urging. But the voice you need most whispers, and it only speaks in silence. In the stillness, you sense what's real, what's forced, what's misaligned. Clarity often doesn't arrive as a sentence, but as a feeling. This is it. Even just 2 minutes a day in silence can shift your course. Try it. Listen. The map is within you. You already know. It's just foggy. What if you're not lost? What if you already know, but it's buried under fear, noise, and distractions? Most people don't lack answers. They lack space to see them. It's like a fogged mirror. The reflection is there, but hidden. You don't need to learn everything. You need to clear the surface. Start with honesty. Ask, what am I pretending not to know? The answer may not come as words, but it will come. Clarity is freedom. When you're clear, life doesn't get easier. It gets lighter. You stop chasing. You stop overthinking. You move with intent. Even the hard days feel aligned. Freedom isn't doing everything. It's knowing what to let go. It's waking up and not feeling owned by the calendar, the noise, or the pressure. Because you never lacked time. You just needed the courage to live it with intention. Time was never the problem. You were just missing. The hardest truth is also the simplest. Time doesn't wait. It moves, with or without us. But clarity lets you walk with time. Not behind, not against. With it. If this message resonated, leave a like, share it with someone who needs this, and subscribe. Here at Tao Daily, we don't rush. We walk. With presence, with peace, with purpose.